Hello, everyone. This is Duran's Healing, and welcome to tonight's Healing Circle. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel, where I provide weekly energetic updates for the collective. And if at any point this message resonates with you, please be sure to like, please be sure to subscribe or comment below to let me know how this message is showing up in your world. And for starters, I would like to say today is a full moon, and there may be a lot of energy going on in the cosmos, a lot of moving pieces that your energy may be picking up on. And what I would like to do is to look into the stones to see what's going on in the collective. And with that being said, let's get right into the messages. And the message that's speaking the loudest has to do with the human mind. It appears to me that the quest for clarity is something that the higher energy is bringing to my attention. All of us search for clarity, to quiet the mind, or to bring the mind to a place of ease, a place of solace. Because there's something that understanding does that quiets the storm, that permeates the mind, that allows it to seep down into the psyche, to quench the thirst of something that has a hunger for something much more. And what I'm gathering here is that you're getting proper messages, or you're receiving messages in terms of what healing is and what healing has done for you at this particular time, and the wisdom that you carry and what it's doing for the community around you, bringing forth your authenticity, bringing forth a different change that you didn't even suspect. With this cluster of shells here, I'm coming to understand, I'm picking up on people in the collective who may be counselors, psychiatrists, therapists, healers, or people who have a job or have a career centered around counseling. Because it has to do with the voice. Using your voice as a mechanism or a method of healing, bringing some degree of relief to the community. What I'm also gathering here is that you have found a way to properly counsel yourself to the point where you have given yourself permission to be free, no longer requiring outside validation for who you are, for what you should do and how you should do things, propelling you down a much deeper quest, on a much deeper mission, giving light, awareness, and insight to those who are on this very similar path, giving you a leg up in the community, also providing you different forms of healing, different mechanisms of how to heal and ways to heal, as if you're providing this world an alternative way of thinking, an alternative way of being outside the status quo, reaffirming your authenticity on a much more powerful level, because people are coming to you for the truth, in a world filled with lies, in a world filled with manipulations and ulterior motives. But somehow your voice has given the community a way out, a different side, a different perspective to see things so that they can maneuver around all the obstacles and the loops and hoops and barriers that have been created in the paradigm that they live in. This is oftentimes masked underneath the guise of you being crazy. This may be the initial perspective or narrative around a person like you. A little bit unorthodox, a little bit weird. You're not like the rest. There may be some degree of off-puttingness, backlash, or pushing you to the side because what you say and how you vibrate is not like the rest. But what you have come to find out is that you no longer desire to be like the rest. And it has to do with this stone that's here within the earth, it's the Wedeme stone or the nature stone. Next to the otherworldly stone, I'm going to try my best to communicate the complexity of the core that your frequency is really vibrating on. You are the type of person that must be free. You long for freedom and you cannot be tamed. Your energy is otherworldly, radiating or reflecting the complexity that this planet is, mirroring the pure essence that this earth is much more complex than what people truly think it is. And that's what you are. That's what you radiate on. An otherworldly energy that will not be tamed and must be free. If you're in an office space, a cubicle from 9 to 5, you're going to have challenges. If you're in a position or a workforce that requires you to sit in a facility with certain lights and containing yourself, you're going to have a problem. If you're in a relationship that is forcing you to be one way or a certain way, you're going to have a problem. Any dynamics that attempts to box you in will be a problem for you and them. This is not of you. This is not your energy. It's not in alignment with who you are, because the freedom that you require is of the utmost importance. This is your livelihood. The soil on the ground, when your feet is bare, is you feeling the energies and the messages that the earth is telling you. Yeah, seeping your feet right in the midst of the soil is connecting you to a halo, to a much deeper source that allows you to pick up on the freedom of this human experience. Allows you to pick up on the mere fact that you're a spiritual being on a planet, connecting you to this earth, allowing you to feel the vibrations that goes up into the cosmos, connecting you to the universe. You're on a different stratosphere while you're here. And you cannot articulate that to people. This is a quantum understanding of the magnitude of your spirit. How dare they box you in? How dare they try to fit you into a mold? Not only will you reject it, you will feel disgusted and disrespected at even the thought of it. Because you're so much larger than life. Your spirit is of the essence. And even in hearing this message is a lot to take in. And going through this experience as a spiritual being, connecting your human body with the planet that you're on can create some confusion or a bit of challenges for you in the mind. Because you're trying to fit a complex understanding into a thought process that doesn't belong in the school of thought that your energy is on. The school system doesn't really teach about science, ancient knowledge, and quantum physics and quantum leaps and all these things that are going on in the cosmos and how you fit in it. But the truth of the matter is, it's about the universe and your place in it. And the fact that you have access to the world of magic. Experiencing the unknown and bringing forth this unique side. To be able to touch this planet. Breaking down these boxes, breaking down these systems that are attempting to put people in place to keep them running on this treadmill so that currency can be created. You're off of that gravy train. You live on the wild side of life. You live in the world of magic, nurturing the complexity of the impossible, because you know that it exists. And this is your personal medicine, because the stone is showing up here. The gift of transformation, the gift of change. No matter where you go, you will bring about change in a way that people will have to stop and say, there's something different about you. There's something different about that person there. And once you embrace this side of yourself, the creativity within you will blossom. Will blossom. Accepting the truth of the complexity of your reality. You're not like them and you never will be. And once you embrace that, once you accept that, you can begin to embark on a much more elegant side of yourself, because your platform of power is showing up here. And platform of power speaks to groundedness and stability, which lends its way to confidence, assurance, and self-reliance. And it's in nature, which means that you thrive in the unknown. You thrive when changes arrive. Actually, you welcome it. You yearn for it because you have the skill set to maneuver throughout all the difficulties and the challenges that life tends to offer, no matter how uncomfortable they may be. But when there's absence of power, it diminishes your assurance. It diminishes you to the point where you feel self-conscious, where you feel clumsy, showing up in the world as mediocre. But that's not who you are. That's not the power that you carry. You stand in confidence with elegance, showing to them that you are who you are. And you say what you say and you mean what you mean. Period. And the actions that you take reaffirms the very consciousness of your being, because it's the expression of your thought process. That's why the confusion exists, because people don't move the way you move. People don't act the way you act. And it often brings confusion. But that's not your business. You're well beyond the turf of trying to make people understand, trying to narrate who you are, and what you're doing, why you're doing. You're beyond that territory now. You're stepping into abundance. You're stepping into your authority, grounding yourself in truth, knowing that you are a change agent and you should expect to trigger people. Expect that. People are going to be rattled by you. And they should. When truth steps forward, darkness leaves. Because you're in the human form, it's going to be more chaotic. There's going to be a lot more chatter and conversations around this energy, but the essence of it is still the same. So I can understand why the initial message started with the quest of clarity. Because once you become clear in your mind, body, and soul about the complexity of your being and what you need to do to stand firm in your power, by allowing the energies to materialize, you will be okay with the backlash or the repercussions that comes along with that. Because in order for you to stand in confidence, to stand in your healing ability, you know that this is a part of the journey. You have to do it. You have no choice. But there's beauty that comes thereafter. Because I can see the energies in the stones that are just flowing. Once you stand in this, you will flow right into an otherworldly energy, connecting you to the truth, which is the fact that you have been blessed with the ability and gifts from the other side. That's the reason why you move the way you move and do what you do. Giving you insight on your life's work and your life's path. This is your mission. Period. Whew. Wow, you guys. Very powerful messages. I did not pull any clarifying cards. I did not shift the energy at all because this is very, very fruitful. This is a fruitful message. And I can feel that if you're in a state where you're confused or you're wondering if you're on the right path, if you're wondering if you made the right decisions, like, no. You should be in a space that you shouldn't even have to second guess yourself at this point. There's too many blessings that I can see here. There's too much power in the essence of your energy to even think about it that way. And what I will do at this time, before I close out this healing circle, I am feeling called to pull some higher messages. I know I'm kind of going a little bit longer than I usually do, but that's okay. The energy is moving tonight. I want to see what other messages the higher energy would like for me to share with you all before I close out this healing circle. What other messages the higher energy would like for me to share with the collective? Oh, okay, there it is. The cards that came out are New Age, Walking Away, and Trust Your Intuition. Yeah, I mean, loud and clear. The messages that I'm downloading from these cards is that if you're trying to go back to the old you, or trying to get back to where things were for you in order for you to feel some degree of comfort, this has more to do with an attachment issue that you have. The higher energy is here to say that this is a new age. You're in a new era. The old you is long gone. People must embrace who you are. You must embrace this new version of yourself. You had to walk away from a lot, and it may be difficult for you to accept that you have to walk away yet again. But this is where you are now. You must leave the old behind so that you can embrace all the newness and the blessings that are awaiting you. Grieve the person that you were so that you can be born again. Trusting your intuition is a part of this process. You may not have done this before. You may not have leaned on your intuition at this level. This is taking you on a different spiritual height. It may seem scary to lean on your intuition in this way because it's unfamiliar. But as a healer and as someone who has gone through this is something that you must continue to practice. You must condition yourself to lean on your intuition, to trust your gut, to trust yourself, to trust what you feel and be done. Not allowing your mind to second guess or to think yourself out of what your intuition has already told you. Yeah, that's a hard skill to develop. But I wouldn't be sitting here today if I hadn't cultivated it. So I'm not telling you anything that I myself hadn't accomplished. And the more that you trust yourself, the more that you believe in who you are, you believe in the spirit world. You believe in the spiritual side of things that have guided you to this point. You won't be able to receive the blessings and receive your abundance if you hang on to old ways of thinking, hanging on to old thought processes that has successfully allowed you to reach a certain point. But now this new era is here to push you to gain higher messages, higher skill sets, better tools in order to propel you to be what you desired and longed for all this time. The time is now. It's time to take your rightful place, standing in your power in all that you are. Period. Woo. Let me tell you one thing. You guys, thank you for liking. Thank you all for sharing and commenting, because You guys are fueling this fire to give me the ability to read more deeply and intuitively on the collective energy. I am so grateful for you all. Thank you all for joining me and contributing your energy to this healing circle. You guys are keeping this fire blazing. Whether you believe it or not, is truly true. It's really true. So with that being said, you guys, thank you all for joining me on tonight's healing circle. I will see you all Saturday at the next one.